is now looking to build a minerals stockpile, Paul. This is on top of, we already have the strategic oil reserve.
Yep.
But this is so that U.S. companies don't run out of ways to make sure that they have access to crucial minerals.
Okay, that makes sense. Project Vault, right?
Project Vault. So let's bring in Joe Doe. He is our economic statecraft reporter on this developing story. Joe, what can you tell us about Project Vault? What do we know? What do we not know?
What we know is that the administration is looking to launch a private sector critical minerals stockpile or strategic stockpile that would have rare earths, other critical minerals, or at least critical in the eyes of the United States government, that could be on hand in the case of a national emergency for private sector companies. Some of the OEMs that are partnered with this, according to the reporting that we have out today, include Stellantis, GM, Boeing, just to give listeners an example of the types of companies that in the case of an emergency would need things like gallium, things like cobalt. And I think an important thing to note is this is different from the strategic stockpile that is maintained by the Defense Department for defense purposes.
Joe, $12 billion seems like a big number to me. Is it big? Will it do anything material in terms of this broader critical minerals market?
You know, in the course of just the conversations that I've had, it does sound like a big number, but listen, I've covered metals for over a decade at Bloomberg, and there are a number of people telling me, that $12 billion will get spent fairly quickly. Again, it depends on how large the stockpile is. It also depends on which minerals they're going to really target. Is it going to be a bunch of rare earths like dysprosium, or is it going to include the more major metals like copper or lithium, or something a little bit less major but still more major than a rare earth like cobalt? So these are, to your point just a moment ago, what do we not know? Those are really critical things that at this stage we don't know.
Yeah, so some big gaping questions, but the headline certainly is there, $12 billion. One thing I learned from your reporting, Joe, is that the U.S. already operates a national stockpile of critical minerals to serve the defense industrial base. How different would a stockpile for civilian needs be?
So I think the main thing is it would be in the event of a national emergency, right? And I think that's kind of an important part here. So it would be like if suddenly the automotive industry had learned that there were some sort of supply shortage or export controls, for example. Export controls, something we've discussed quite a bit over the past